Donut Bag is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Your data is your business. Protect it with ExpressVPN. For 3 extra months free with a 1-year package, go to the link listed in my Twitter profile.
The Sportscast, November 22nd, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels, YouTube, Twitch.tv, Twitter, and Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. And, of course, visit us on thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net for the latest and greatest, or on our Twitter, thesportscast1 on Twitter and also Instagram. And you can download our app, the Sportscast, for iOS. Yesterday, a couple of things were talked about yesterday was, of course, Jonathan Taylor and the Colts. And, of course, Steelers losing against the Chargers, which was really, really bad. Steelers were supposed to win in L.A. Joining us all the way from Pittsburgh, Joe Toscano. Welcome back to the Sportscast.
Always great to be back. Crazy week, crazy season. I think it was a week of great individual performances, not only by Jonathan Taylor, but Austin Echoler. Jefferson had a big day, and Ryan Tannehill had a very bad day.
Which is not good.
No.
Which is not good. But we'll see what happens. Of course, these past 3 weeks has been crazy so far in the month of November. This week is full of football. We got Monday Night Football tonight. Then we got Thanksgiving football. Well, I mean, there's always football on Thursdays, but I believe there's 3 games. But it's going to be a lot of action-packed. Your overall thoughts on the Steelers' performance last night?
They had no chance because they were losing T.J. Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden. Ben was sick all week. He actually got COVID, but he was vaccinated, so he was able to come back. And so I mean, they basically had no chance. That's why the Chargers just dominated them on offense. But still, despite that, they still almost won the game, which is very impressive. So it was an expected loss, but still, you could be hopeful.
How did Najee Harris do?
He did all right, but the problem is the same problem all year. Is just the Steelers' offensive line is really bad. So he's doing his best, but they just, for the most part, the offensive line all year has just been awful and not given him anything to run with. But Najee Harris is amazing.
Yeah, Najee Harris, definitely a good pickup. Roethlisberger decided last minute, as we were talking about, I thought it was Mason Rudolph, and then I saw him playing last night. What happened there?
Yeah, he got COVID. It was found out last Saturday. He got COVID. That's why he missed last week's game. And then because he was vaccinated, I think he had to show like 2 negative tests or something like that. So he got better, got those negative tests. It was determined on Saturday afternoon that he could play. So he hopped on a jet to LA to play. So basically he had no practice all week, and he comes in having one of the best games of the season.
Definitely almost won. I think they were behind 14 points, and they came back, but then the Chargers came back with Mike Williams' touchdown, right?
Yeah. They actually were ahead, but then they gave the Chargers too much time, and I mean, just the defense just did. Herbert and Echoler just dominated them all day. Herbert almost ran for 100 yards. That's how bad the Steelers defense was.
He was running. Doesn't he run like similar to Tom Brady, but a little bit better?
He's 6'6". Somebody that big should not be running that well. That's insane. It's absolutely insane.
What you think? I mean, what are your thoughts over Herbert overall? Do you think he's a future Super Bowl winning quarterback?
Yeah, I think eventually, I think he's going to be one of the great ones. I mean, he's still young. He's still, figuring it out. He's still going through his, whatever rookie problems and stuff like that. So he's been very good at a very young age, and he's just going to get better. So yeah, very impressed with him.
Would you rather take Austin Echoler or Jonathan Taylor?
Probably Jonathan Taylor, but Echoler is also awesome in his own right. I would know. I have him on my fantasy team.
I have him too. I selected him. Of course, he did good, but my opponent had Jonathan Taylor.
Same with mine.
Dude, I can't believe a lot of people did.
Yeah,
I mean, what does he average a week? Is it like how many yards does he run?
It's insane. I mean, Taylor is basically the best running back in the NFL right now.
Yeah, now that a guy named Derrick Henry is out, so
right.
Which we're seeing some interesting things. The Texans won. So, anyways, let's review this. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
For NFL Week 11 2021 recap.
Let's do it.
Do it. All right, here we go. Ravens, Bears, Lamar Jackson, sideline, feeling ill, not COVID, but some illness he had a few weeks ago. But they beat the Bears with a man quarterback, Tyler Huntley. They can do it without Jackson, but it is the Bears.
This is amazing. How is Baltimore doing this? Every week they keep finding a way. Yeah, not having Lamar, and they found out at the last minute they were going to have him, and they still pull this out. It speaks a lot to the Ravens. They've been doing this all year, finding ways to win. So credit them. You know, they're not pretty, but they got it done. And the Bears, my goodness. I mean, I know Fields got hurt, but my goodness, they're just bad.
But is Justin Fields good enough to stick around for another season?
Oh, definitely. He's too young. He's too, he needs to learn more. He needs more experience. He's just way in over his head right now, and they're giving him on-the-job training, which is fine. Hopefully that works out. Sometimes it doesn't, but he's just way in over his head right now. But he has potential. He could be good.
Let's go for the Vikings and Packers, 34-31. Aaron Rodgers playing with a foot injury. Says it hurts more than turf toe. But the Vikings have been having an impressive few weeks. Kirk Cousins, a good quarterback in Washington, is seeing those flashes with Minnesota right now. What do you think?
Minnesota absolutely needed this game to stay alive in the playoff race. So it was a big gut check win for them. It was a rivalry game, and just a really exciting game. Minnesota is better than their record. They're actually 2-2 when leading this season by at least 13 points. So I mean, they're better than their record. They could put together some wins and be in the playoff race, but they absolutely needed this win. And like you said, the Packers, Aaron Rodgers is hurt. They really didn't need this, and it showed.
Speaking about wins, the Detroit Lions need a win, Joe, but they almost did it with the Browns, but they lost 13-10. Nick Chubb ran for 130 yards.
It's all about Nick Chubb. Baker Mayfield is hurt. He's going to be hurt the rest of the season, and it's a credit to him that he's playing. But this team is built on running and defense, and they need Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is the man. So if he's good, the Browns will win. They'll be good. But if he's not there, if he's hurt or whatever, they don't have a chance.
And Cleveland will be good. The Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, things are warming up with him. He's doing well. Finished 27-33 for 273 yards. Beat the Jets 24-17. Joe Flacco made his first start in a while, but it was not enough for the Jets.
Yeah, Miami's won 3 in a row. I don't know. Maybe it's the Jets and they're bad, but still, hey, a win's a win, and they've won 3 in a row. That's impressive.
Win in New York. Tua's probably playing for his job and his career. We'll see what happens. The Niners, an impressive win last week, and at it again with the Jaguars, 30-10. They were able to win in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville is bad, but San Francisco did not put any doubts into this, and if they could stay healthy, they got a solid team there.
The Colts, team of the day yesterday, I would say, beat the Bills, who are supposedly to be one of the best teams in the AFC. The Colts are trying to save their season, of course. Jonathan Taylor, the man, the MVP of the day, rushed for 180. high of yards rushing. Man, what a win by the Colts.
Decisive, huge win. It wasn't even close. This is amazing. The Colts are looking really good. Jonathan Taylor is now in the conversation for league MVP, but the Dolphins, they're just. The Bills, they're just. They're a mess. 9 turnovers in their last 3 games. They're just an absolute mess. I don't know what's going on with them.
Aaron Bernstein from Sports 101 says Colts equals Team Taylor.
That's it. Ride Taylor. Carson Wentz could be good enough to be a winning quarterback. We've seen flashes of that, but hey, win with Taylor and hope for the best. They can win some games.
Tennessee Titans snapped their 6-game winning streak, losing against the Texans 22-13. How this happened, Joe?
I don't know. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Tannehill had a bad day. He had basically the worst day of his career. He was picked off 4 times, and he never threw for more than 2 interceptions in the game since joining Tennessee. So it's just Tannehill had a bad day, and without Derrick Henry, they need to rely on Tannehill. So if Tannehill is off, they're not going to win.
Something is going on with Tennessee. They need to bounce back, but they're okay. They got some cushion room. Saints, Eagles. Eagles defeated the Saints. Already to 29, of course. The Saints without their main quarterbacks. Trevor Siemian threw for 3 touchdown passes, but got picked twice. Eagles, Jalen Hurts, 13 of 24. Pretty good for a good day for the Eagles.
I think Hurts and the Eagles are starting to figure it out, and I think that they have a pretty weak schedule coming up, so I think they're going to be in the playoff conversation. In New Orleans, they're just sunk. I mean, not having Kamara is a killer, but their quarterback, Simeon, is just not it. Either play Taysom Hill or I don't know what. I mean, that's not exactly a great alternative either, but I think New Orleans is in serious trouble.
Eagles might have a quarterback with Hurts, Aaron?
It's possible. He's looking good. He's also another one like Tua. He's playing for his job.
Washington football team defeated the Panthers 27-21. Taylor Heinicke had a great 3 passing touchdowns. I thought Cam was going to win this. He had momentum coming into this game. What happened, Joe?
It's an amazing story. Cam Newton coming back. I'm rooting like heck for him. I think it's a really cool story. But I think Washington is starting to put it together, which is weird. Heinicke, sometimes he looks great, sometimes he looks awful. He looked really good today, and I don't know. I'm surprised to even say it, but I think Washington might actually be sneaky good.
NFC East good? I mean, NFC East winners good?
No, I mean it's still Dallas's division, but maybe playoff good.
The Bengals defeat 32-13 to the Raiders. Second losing streak. Game that the Raiders have lost. Joe Mixon ran for 123 yards, scored 2 touchdowns. Bengals had a rough couple of weeks, but this is a good bounce back.
Good bounce back, but they didn't look that great. And the Raiders, every year they do this. They start off strong, and then they have a collapse every single year, and they're in the middle of the collapse now. Same as every year.
Cardinals, no Kyler Murray, 23 against the Seahawks, 23-13. Colt McCoy did his part. He's 2-1 while Murray is sidelined. I think you can say Murray is okay with McCoy playing, but of course Murray needs to come back.
It is absolutely amazing that they're able to win games with Colt McCoy. That is amazing. That just speaks to how good Arizona is right now. They might be the number 1 team in the entire league. Getting Zach Ertz has been great. I'm really dumb. I had him on my fantasy team and thought, once he's trained to the Cardinals, he's going to stink. So I got rid of him. But yeah, it is amazing that Arizona can win without Kyler Murray and without DeAndre Hopkins. and they're going into a bye, so Murray is going to heal up, and they're just going to be better. It's amazing.
Russell Wilson did not have a good day yesterday. Looked confused and indecisive. Do you think he came back a little too early?
He came back early. The Seahawks are basically dead in the water. But yeah,
3-7.
3-7. They have no chance. But yeah, their offense is broken. It's not just Russell Wilson, coming back from injury. I mean, he's just not in sync with what they're trying to do on offense. It's just broken.
Put back Geno Smith. Rest your finger for a stronger 2022. Cowboys lose against the Chiefs, 9-19. It looks like the Chiefs are back. Of course, they had more of a defense yesterday, of course, with Ingram coming back. But the Chiefs had an impressive win last week with the Raiders. And then the Cowboys had a good streak going on. But the Chiefs, are they back?
Oh, they're definitely back. They're definitely back. They got their defensive issues fixed, which means it puts less emphasis on the offense. Mahomes doesn't have to try to win games all by himself anymore. It's just all coming together for Kansas City. So now they went from last place in the AFC West to maybe one of the best teams in the entire conference.
Patrick Mahomes, 260 yards passing with interception. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, CEH, added 63 rushing yards and a touchdown. The Chiefs, who are now 7-4, top of the AFC West, looking good for the Chiefs. Not looking good for the Cowboys. Like Aaron says, Cowboys are overrated. They collapse like the Raiders this month. We'll see. They shine on Thanksgiving, though, right?
They'll be fine. I don't know. I don't know whether they'll shine on Thanksgiving. They lost CeeDee Lamb. They already didn't have Cooper because of COVID. So they're dealing with injuries. I don't know. But besides that, I don't know what's going on with Dallas. They're just maybe they should just avoid playing AFC West teams.
They got no Amari Cooper, of course, but they got some other options like Gallup and CeeDee Lamb. So definitely not too bad, not too shabby. And, of course, last night, Steelers, Chargers 41, the Steelers 37. Herbert definitely shined the game. But Steelers, I think they blew a 17-point lead, right?
There was a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I think it was 27-10 going into the fourth quarter. It was amazing. It was a crazy game. I thought it was going to be a blowout. I thought it was going to be, not even close. And they came back, but they just could not pull it out. But it's encouraging signs for the Steelers that their offense got going and their defense, when they get healthy, they'll be better again.
Roethlisberger passed for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns for Pittsburgh after missing last week's game against the Lions, which they beat, of course. Who can't beat the Lions? Because he tested positive, of course. Najee Harris was held to 39 yards and a touchdown. Not bad, but I guess we're looking forward to next week. Steelers need a win because these weeks are getting a lot tighter. The window is closing.
They play the Bengals. So not only is it a must game, it's a division game. I think if they can get T.J. Watt back and Minkah Fitzpatrick and Joe Hayden, I think they're going to easily beat the Chargers. I mean, not the Chargers, the Bengals. And I'm going to even guarantee it. I guarantee that the Steelers will beat the Bengals next week.
That's not bad.
It's a lot.
By the way, the Steelers tied with the Lions, right?
That's right.
Sorry.
Everybody beats the Lions except for the Steelers. The only good thing is they didn't lose to them.
After 11 weeks, do you think this is his last season with the Steelers?
Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
I'd say it's 50-50 right now. I could easily see him coming back. I mean, it depends on what they think of Mason Rudolph or what they're going to do, what their options are. Are they going to trade for somebody? Are they going to get somebody in free agency? Are they going to draft somebody? Who knows? It's really up in the air right now. But I'd say right now, it's the chances of him coming back next year are 50-50. Because Roethlisberger is not that bad. Yes, he has his limitations, but he's better than Mason. That's for darn sure.
That's true. There is no like the backup right now in Pittsburgh is not looking good. So it's either going to get someone from the draft or a trade or something, but it is 50-50. I do agree with you. Knowing Pittsburgh, they might bring him back. We'll see what happens. Let's look at the standings. AFC East, the Patriots. I never thought I would say this early, but they're on top of the AFC East. The Bills are second. Then Dolphins and the Jets. Of course, the Patriots are a game ahead, and they need to get into their bye week to kind of balance it out. They are tied with the Bills, technically speaking. The Patriots are on a huge winning streak. I think they've won 4 games. They won Thursday night with Atlanta. That's pretty easy. But what do you think about this Patriots team?
I think we had 1 year last year of them being bad, and now they're good again, and they just keep getting better every week. It's disgusting to see as someone that hates the Patriots, but now, yes, they're good, but they're on top of the division. I can't believe this. This was supposed to be the Bills easily killing this division, and now they're in a dogfight for the playoffs and for the division lead. It's crazy.
I could definitely see a Mac Jones as studious as Tom Brady, studying like the video, the film, the plays day after day. I think that's something that Bill Belichick will appreciate a lot, because I know if you saw that movie, it was from Facebook, Tom versus Time. Very good movie, but he was very studious. Anyways, AFC North, Ravens 7-3, Bengals 6-4, Pittsburgh 5-4-1, and Browns 6-5. Kind of up for grabs in a way, you can say. Ravens are up by a game, so it could go anywhere. But I would still think like the Ravens, though.
It's still very close. Every team can still win it. It's so up in the air right now. Each team has a lot of games to play in the division, so there's going to be a lot of movement. But the Ravens set themselves very nicely by winning these close games and pulling them out and finding ways to win. They've set themselves up really nice in the division and the AFC.
The South of the AFC, Tennessee Titans 8-3, then the Colts 6-5, Texans 2-8 over the Jaguars 2-8. The 2 worst teams are in the AFC South.
Oh yeah, it's ugly. But the Colts, they looked bad. They started the season bad, and I think they're 6-2 in their last 8 or something like that. So, I mean, if the Titans keep, falling back, and which is very possible without Derrick Henry, I could see the Colts competing with the Titans for the division lead.
They're only off 2 games. The Colts are looking good. Of course, you got Wentz and Taylor leading that organization, which I always thought the Colts have some chance. I thought Tennessee, can they snap back?
I mean, they should be fine. They've beaten some really good teams without Derrick Henry, so I think this was just an anomaly. It was just a bad game. Totally understandable to think that you're going to destroy the Texans, and then they give you a game and you have a bad game. So I mean, they will bounce back.
A game they should have won. AFC West, the Chiefs, top of the AFC West 2 weeks in a row. Then the Chargers 6-4. Raiders 5-5, Broncos 5-5, which they re-signed Cortland. Not was it
Sutton?
What's his last name? Sutton. For a 4-year deal. So, but hey, it's the Chiefs now.
It's the Chiefs and the Chargers. The Raiders are going to keep losing, and I'm just not that impressed with the Broncos. Maybe the Broncos will, get out
Hopefully
of the.
Cortland Sutton will play a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I'm not all that impressed with the Chargers. They have their problems. They should have blown out the Steelers. So, they're not perfect either. So this is the Chiefs division. Maybe the Chargers will do something.
No one's perfect. So as the NFC East, the impeccable NFC East, Dallas Cowboys, then the Eagles, then Washington, then the Giants, of course, the Cowboys at 7-3. The Cowboys will snap back. I mean, they played a legit team, the Chiefs. They lost, but they'll snap back.
I think they're hurt by the injuries, so if they get healthy, they'll be fine again. I still think they're one of the best teams in the league. The Eagles, I think they're going to do something. I think they're going to win some more games and compete for the playoffs. Maybe even Washington, although that's a stretch.
That's a stretch. Big win yesterday, but NFC North, Green Bay Packers 8-3, Vikings 5-5, Bears 3-7, and Lions 0-9-1. It's the Packers.
It's the Packers.
But maybe the Vikings.
I'd say maybe they're second in the league right now. I mean, they have a 3-game lead on the Vikings, so they have a comfortable lead. I think the Vikings will make the playoffs, and then the Bears and Lions just blah.
NFC South with the Buccaneers, Saints, Panthers, and Falcons. The Bucs have lost a couple of games. They have a game tonight, which we'll predict a little bit later in the show. But yeah, Tampa Bay has some local room to work with. So
I don't know what's going on with Tampa, but they just haven't looked good lately.
It's Gronk.
It's Gronk. He's out making those commercials. He needs to come back and get off the set for those commercials and go play some football again. I think they're also hurting without Antonio Brown, who hasn't played in the past few games. But I mean, they should pull away. I think the Saints are in trouble. I think they're going to keep losing, and I think the Panthers are going to be better. They got Christian McCaffrey back, and I think Cam Newton is going to make a difference. So they're not going to compete for the division, but I think they will compete for a playoff spot.
NFC West, Cardinals 9-2, Rams 7-3, 49ers, then the Seahawks. It's between the Cardinals and Rams. Rams haven't done much with OBJ. I mean, just one game, but not much spark there.
What are we gonna think about OBJ? He goes to Cleveland and messes up that offense. Now he goes to the Rams and now their offense is messed up. I hate to put it on one person, but maybe everywhere he goes it doesn't work out. I don't know. It's kind of a crappy coincidence.
It is a possibility, so we'll see what happens. Monday Night Football tonight, the Giants visit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Joe, what's going to happen? Is it going to be an upset? Is this going to be close? Or is Tampa Bay going to romp through with a 20-point margin?
I don't care if half the Buccaneers team misses the plane and doesn't play tonight. They would still easily beat the Giants. So I have 100% confidence that the Bucs will win. They'll be fine. The Giants are just not that good. Now watch. That means that the Giants will probably upset them tonight or something like that. But I still have 100% confidence that the Bucs will win.
If the Giants have to turn things around and win the NFC East, they'll have to win tonight.
That's their only shot. I mean, they're 4 games behind, so it's either win now or the season's over.
Let's see what happens. And the poll question of the day: what goes best with cranberry? Options are cranberry mayonnaise, cranberry juice, cranberry pie, or the cranberry bar.
Can I say none of them? Those all sound. I don't like cranberry. I don't like cranberry. No, I don't like it at Thanksgiving. I don't like. The only time I drink cranberry juice is if there's you have some kind of urinary tract issue. So I'm not. I'm not a fan of anything cranberry.
Which, by the way, yeah, if you have issues with peeing, cranberry juice is a good viable option. Not sure if you eat it from the can, would that also help out too, or you gotta drink the juice?
I think you gotta drink the juice.
Gotta drink the juice. Not bad. Joe, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this week?
I hopefully eating as many mashed potatoes as possible. And I think it's weird that mac and cheese is a Thanksgiving side. I don't think it really belongs, but I love mac and cheese so much. So hey, whatever, hey, Thanksgiving, Easter, I don't care when. Give me mac and cheese all the time. But yeah, I'm a big mashed potato fan.
How do you prepare your mac and cheese? Do you add that little breadcrumbs on top? Do you, make it cheesier, or you just go straight Kraft and mac and cheese from a box?
I don't care. I love it all. Breadcrumbs, no breadcrumbs. I don't care the brand. I don't care the type. Give it to me all. I love it.
How about this? Mac and cheese with bacon. Can't beat that.
Mac and cheese with bacon is fine. Just no mac and cheese with cranberry.
Okay. Fair enough. Joe Toscano, what is the best way to reach you online to get your macaroni and cheese recipe?
Joey Bag of Donuts, V instead of an F. And I will continue to fight people about the Steelers because we were very salty last night. Sunday Night Football is not a good time. The game is over at like 11 or 11:30, and then you're still so fired up. I was up till 2 a.m, and then I had to get up early. The entire Pittsburgh tri-state area is really cranky today.
Is it that bad?
Yeah. Anytime the Steelers lose, the entire region is really angry the next day, and if they win, everybody's happy.
Well,
we're simple folk.
Exactly. Anyways, you can reach us at thesportscast.net on our website, or the Sportscast1 on our Twitter, or on our The Sportscast1 on our Instagram. Of course, you can download our app for more information. And yeah, it's going to be a huge week. Thanksgiving week at the Sportscast. Looking forward to it. Thanksgiving week in the sports in general. NFL is Thanksgiving. Cowboys is Thanksgiving. The Lions are Thanksgiving. Will the Lions win on Thanksgiving?
No. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
not.
know who is. I don't know who the Lions are playing. I know the Bears. Here's a weird thing. All of the teams that are playing on Thanksgiving lost this past weekend.
Very
How
telling.
weird is that?
Are they saving up for Thanksgiving games?
Somebody got to win.
Lions are playing the Bears, and the Cowboys are playing the Raiders.
The
Lions could beat the Bears.
I think the Lions could definitely beat the Bears. That's how bad the Bears
Possibly.
are.
And of course, you have the Bills and Saints.
Raiders and Cowboys are going to be really interesting too. I could see the Raiders actually winning that game because I think the Cowboys are kind of in bad shape. And then the Bills play the Saints. Ooh, that's going to be good.
You think so? I think the Bills are going to pummel them.
You would think they would be angry and destroy them. That's what's going to happen. They're going to pummel the Saints. They're going to take all their frustrations out in the last few games out on the Saints. It's going to be a blowout, but it's going to be a Thursday night blowout. So we'll all be sleeping anyway from all the the mac and cheese and cranberry.
I'll be waiting in line for Black Friday at that time.
Oh yeah, I gotta get in line for that.
Totally worth it. But anyways, we gotta go, Joe. Great talking to you. I'm very thankful for you coming on to the Sportscast.
I am always thankful for being on here. Thanks for having me on.